Hi, it's Sarah here from Thriving Solo, and I'm back with another short video for you. And today we're going to have a little look at building an online presence for solo health clinics. What matters most? And I just want to have a look at what a simple setup is that gets you booked without you having to spend all day online marketing yourself. You're busy all day treating people, and then you're supposed to post, write, reply, update, and somehow do, everything else that you have to do in your household, etc. So I just want to tell you, you don't need to be everywhere. What you need to do is be really clear about what you offer in a few key places that your typical client hangs out in. And that's why, I said on the last video about one of the things that I did was giving out business cards, and that sounded really old-fashioned, but it was because my client group don't hang out online. They were hanging out in real places. They were in community centres. They were meeting up with their friends to go for coffee, etc. My client group were mainly retired. So, it's a different sort of gathering place for them. But you may be looking at a totally different client group, some people that are very much online. If you're in the younger age, dealing with younger aged people, then they're obviously in different social media from older ones. So you need to find the right places for the type of people that you want to attract. So think about it that way. Who are the people that you want to be treating? And I'm going to give you a very simple checklist for what matters most, and, hopefully a few tips on what you can ignore as well. This is for people that are running a solo health clinic, and you just want steady bookings, not an extra part-time job on social media. You want your online presence to feel like you, not like a loud sales page. So the first thing is, a core idea in this is that your online presence has got one job. It should help the right people to find you, choose you, and then book. Everything else is optional, even if it's trendy, and I'm sure that ages me as well. But just think, find, trust, book. That's what we need to do, and in that order. So the first thing is that you need to be easy to find. Pick your home base. Your website should be your main hub, even if it's very simple. If you don't have a website yet, I would suggest that you start with one clean page, not things spread out over multiple pages. Just have a single page. I recommend a website because it is yours. If your only online presence is on social media, that is owned by other people, and you can get blocked and locked out very easily, and have no other way than to actually contact people or let them know what's happening. I would suggest get your Google profile sorted very soon if it's not already done. I did mention that in another video that we were talking about client acquisition strategies, and how the Google business profile really helped me to acquire more clients. Use your real clinic name, address and phone, and keep it the same everywhere so that people can easily find you. Add opening hours, photos, services, but keep it limited to one or two key services, the ones that you really want to encourage and book clients with, and make sure that there's a booking link. It's good to post an update once in a while, Once a month is fine. It doesn't have to be more often than that. We're not running a news desk, we're running a treatment service, and this is just something to keep us uppermost in people's minds and help them find us. And like I say, sort of moving on to the help them trust us as well. Use plain phrases like acupuncture in Scarborough or physio for back pain in Springfield. Make sure that those phrases are in your headline and your service pages if you have them. If you've got reviews, great. Make sure that those reviews are clear and easy for people to find. So once we've got the easy to find bit done, we want to move on to the easy to trust. And a lot of this comes from the correct messaging, making sure that we're clear about who we help and what we help with, and trying to say that we help with all things and we help all people actually muddies the water. It actually means that people don't really develop that trust factor because they're not sure who you're talking to. They're not sure that you are talking to them. If you explain clearly who you do work with and how you work, then even if it's not what they're after, there's a trust factor there that helps them then contact you to ask more questions. It helps if you can explain what it feels like to work with you. Try to avoid vague lines like, I take a holistic approach, unless you can actually explain what that means in real life. And it might be that, that holistic approach means that you're not having to book multiple appointments to talk about the different ailments. In the UK here, if you want to see a doctor for more than one thing, we usually have to book multiple appointments. A doctor won't actually see us about more than one thing at one time. The next thing is to write and speak as you do normally. So make sure that you're using everyday language that others can understand. I worked in acupuncture, and I would sort of say, what the treatment was supposed to do, and then explain what that meant in, ordinary terms for them. So, I'm going to apply needles on this channel, and what that does is start to move your blood. It starts to relieve the pain. That's the key thing that they're wanting to hear about. It's going to relieve the pain. Show your face and space. It might seem uncomfortable at first. I hate being on video, but I do this because I know that it helps people to figure out whether they want to work with me and therefore build trust. If you see my video and you don't like my style, then that saves time for both of us. There's no point in coming to me if you don't trust me. When it comes to health, that's even more important. So adding a friendly headshot, then that helps. People can recognise you. They know that it's you when they meet you. Add clinic photos, the treatment room, if there's a waiting area, just whatever you have got in your space. It helps people to know what to expect when they get to meet you. Explain what happens in a first session, step by step. Cover the practical worries. Clothing, what do they need to wear? How much time it's going to take, not just for the first session, but how much time it might take over a longer period. And that's the sort of thing that is very difficult to actually give people information on if you're trying to treat all conditions and all people. If you've narrowed down to one condition, and one set of people, then it's likely to be a similar treatment program. There's going to be differences, sure, but it's a similar treatment program for all. So add a short common questions, frequently asked questions, and keep the answers short. It provides people with a certain degree of trust in you. And if, like I said, if you've got testimonials, include those. That's proof that doesn't feel salesy. Next thing is be easy to book. Your booking button should be obvious. It should be in more than one place. Don't make people hunt. They won't do. They'll just leave and find somewhere that's easier to book. Anything that you can do to remove friction, like I said on the client acquisition strategies, that video I did recently, then you need to remove friction and make your intake process as easy as possible for them to follow. If you can offer online booking, that makes things a lot easier. But if you're not at a stage where you can do that, then make sure that it's a simple contact form. Or if you're giving your contact number, they need to contact you first. Make it clear when they can get hold of you. When we're in treatments, you don't want to be taking phone calls. So if you know what your treatment times are, let them know that you probably won't be answering the phone during these times. Make sure that your fees are clear and simple to follow, that they at least know what the starting price is and what's included. Like you say, what the session length is, how many sessions people generally need, and how many follow-ups. If you offer packages, explain who they suit, keep it simple, and then just have a clear next steps process. If you've got something perhaps that's new here, you could have a section for that. I had a section on what to expect at that first appointment. So that's the sort of thing that will make you easy to book. There's things that I would say don't waste your energy on. You don't need to post every day. Consistency matters, but small and steady works. It doesn't have to be every day. One helpful post a week beats 7 rushed ones. You don't need to be on every platform. Pick a social platform if you enjoy it, not because you feel guilty not doing. Make sure that your website and Google listing do most of the heavy lifting for local clinics. You don't need perfect branding. You need a clear layout. You need readable text. You need real photos, and those all beat fancy design over everything else. And that booking button, it's clear, it's legible, they know where to click to book. So a simple content plan for busy clinicians, your weekly minimum, something like one short post answering one common question that you hear in clinic, perhaps one story or photo that shows your day, your room, or a small tip. So that's just, what you need to do on a weekly basis. It doesn't have to be any more than that. A monthly trust builder might be a longer website article or a frequently asked question update. The Google Business Profile update, that might be a clinic note, it might be a seasonal tip, it might be a change of hours. If we're coming up to holidays, making sure that the holiday hours are clear as well. And then there's your repeat forever topics. So things like the first appointment expectations, what you treat most in plain language, what to do between sessions, who you're a good fit for. So you can pick a topic and do one of those, and add one of those a month, maybe. And it's there forever, and you just need to update it if something changes. What I do suggest, like I say, is that you have a website so that it is yours and nobody else can take it away from you. And we'll talk in the future about what goes into a one-page website, but that's all that it needs to be, just one page, that we should have information about, who you help and what you help with, whereabouts you are, a photo of you, a little bit about the first session and how that works, the booking link, and a few basics like pricing. So some of the common mistakes that can quietly cost you bookings are if your homepage just talks about you and not the client's problem. If your booking link is missing, or it's hard to see, or it's only on one page. If your Google listing is out of date or only half finished. If your website reads like a brochure, not like a person. Or if you hide prices and hope that people will ask. Most of them won't. So, quick start plan today. Today, 20-minute job, not even that, hopefully. Check your Google listing. Make sure that the hours, the booking link, and photos are on there. This week, sometime, update your homepage headline, add a clear book now button, write a short what to expect section. Sometime this month, it should only take an hour, possibly 2 hours with tea breaks. Add 10 photos. Add a couple of reviews if you have them. Add one solid frequently asked questions page. If you don't have the reviews, don't worry about that at the moment. We're going to be adding systems to be able to capture those in the future. So I hope that that gives you something that you can get started on now. But remember, you don't have to be everywhere all at once. This is something that is supposed to just help things be easier for your clients to find you, trust you, book you. That's the main thing. So have a go, pick something that you're going to do today or at least this week, and I'll see you again soon.